things.
Sorry, it won't play. I'll like, come on. Well, it's official. It is 4 days since we won in London. We're still unbeaten in London. How are you feeling? Welcome, Shannon.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How do you feel about that win?
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's about time.
Yeah, and in London, we've got rid of the curse.
Yeah, well deserved. I think really well deserved for the guys. Just so glad to have got those 3 points.
Yeah,
so glad.
It was needed, wasn't it? The 3 points. Everyone started getting a bit heated before. Yeah,
definitely. And obviously, it was a tough match, but they were trying to get out the relegation zone for them. So it was a tight one, and it was really well fought, I believe.
Yeah. What do you think, Vic?
I'm just glad we got the 3 points. I mean, taking us to win a game in London. I mean, how long? I mean, we played Arsenal in the FA Cup and we drew. No, it wasn't. It was 1-0, wasn't it? And I don't think the curse is broken though. I think we're going to struggle a little bit more, but it's the start.
Yeah. What do you think, Rhiannon?
I'm just glad we've actually won in London. It was doing my head in. Like, I'm thinking, if we couldn't win against Fulham, then like we stood no hope to win in London. I mean, we deserved that win though, even though it was a bit touch and go in the middle. I'm just glad we managed to get it over the line and finally get that win. I mean, what has it been since 2017 since we won in London? That's just insane.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we've done it.
Yeah, it's a relief, isn't it? Especially against a bottom team. I mean, it started to feel like it when Aileen's goal got disallowed as well. We're like, not again.
Oh, I know. Another offside. I was like, at least this one was more obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a clear shoulder, not a kneecap. Like,
What do you think of this then? Like with VAR, because I think I don't agree with that. They let it play on. If it's offside, just call offside straight away. I don't understand this whole.
I think if it gets called offside, you stop play, you pull it back. There's no point in carrying on play, and then they put it in the back of the net, and then it's like, oh, it's offside anyway. Like,
and you've got like phase 1, phase 2. I was like, what? I don't even think the players understand the offside rule anymore.
No.
Oh God. Like, how do we even celebrate it now? Because like when we go back, and then they've like scored a goal, we're going to be like, oh, do we have to wait and see if it's VAR or not? Like, I felt like that in the second goal because Bamford kind of scored, and then he just kind of not really celebrated that much, kind of just like, cool. And then it was like,
in it 4 offsides that we've had done now too, but is it 3 Bamford?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm not even counting.
Well, there's the thing. It was the finger again. That's Palace, wasn't it? That was Bamford.
Yeah.
And then did Bamford have a kneecap as well?
Yeah.
No, that was Costa.
Yeah, but I think Bamford had a kneecap as well, because I said it was like Bamford's.
Was it not Bamford's goal but Costa's knee?
Yeah.
No, there was a previous one.
It's head, shoulder, knees, and toe with VAR, isn't it? Like absolutely anything. But I don't get it. I think thing, you can't score with your hands. Why is it offside?
No. I think it's been 2 Bamford offsides, 1 Costa and Roberts.
Yeah, Roberts.
With VAR.
It wasn't offside at all. It's getting ridiculous.
I would hope he has a kneecap.
Joe getting involved. He just can't stay out, can he? Piss off, Joe. It's not even that.
Involved.
Lucy was on last week. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Brilliant. Yeah. Let's talk about Melier then. He did a few cracking saves, didn't he, Rhiannon?
Yeah, Blumenek, like that save. When it was off the volley, I was just like,
He just put that one hand.
He just put that one hand out, yeah.
And then like, today.
Yeah, but then I was like still heart in mouth because of the way it bounced across the goal, and I was like, do not go in, do not go in. And then Aileen cleared it.
Yeah.
But he had a couple of cracking saves as well after that. It was Igisa, wasn't it? I think when he tried to have a shot on goal and saved it as well. But yeah, there was a few touch and go moments though when there were like set pieces, and then Melier comes running out and just tries and punches it away. I'm like,
stop punching it. Just catch it. It makes us all nervous. Like has like really rattled our nerves with that. So like we can't. If anyone else does it now, we're like. What do you reckon, Shannon? A lot of people are saying man of the match. Would you say he was man of the match?
I think he's definitely up there of one of the best on the pitch that game. I mean, he just surprises me every match. Like you forget how young he is, and just like it's actually phenomenal what he does. He's such a great player. I honestly see him going so far. And he's done us some good uns this past few games, and that he's really got it in there. So I'm happy with his performance the other night.
Yeah, Vic, what do you reckon? And Nigel Martin even tweeted him out. That he's saying something. He's got approval from Nigel Martin. He's probably the last decent keeper we've had. Confident.
Even said stuff as well. Like if that's not one of the saves of the season, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not even that. I mean, the way he punched the ball and not the player on his ass as well. He's like, get out of my way. And then, but with how close range it was for him hitting that ball, he could have easily gone in. And Aileen again, there to save the day, just to keep the ball out before it went in. It was so close to going in that net. But no, I love him. And I mean, I asked LUFC data. Thank you very much for that. But stats, and he's one of the best keepers in the league. So you can't really complain about anything. I mean, look at that. I mean, joint. Yeah, he may concede, but he's made some incredible saves this season. It's I mean,
the whole Premier League is still brilliant. Even
exactly. I mean,
a lot of them are like mostly penalties and like stupid mistakes from players, isn't it? Like I have like the longest straw in the world, and it's just it's just like it's coming over. But yeah. So we'll go on to Aileen then. I mean, oh my god, my heart I felt so sorry for him, Vic, didn't you? Just the whole hair coming out like he was waiting for that moment. And then the whole like Gareth Southgate thing, and we're like, Rhiannon, remember Joe were like, yeah, fuck you, Southgate. And then it just like ruled it off. But yeah, what do you reckon, Vic?
Do you know something? I said something to Joe in the chat yesterday, didn't I? When we was mods, weren't we, Rhiannon? I was like, Aileen had a brilliant game, and then Joe was like, oh, he fucking didn't. I was like, he was playing really well until he scored the goal, and I think he kind of dented his confidence a little bit, because then he kind of just, if he was more playing back, he wasn't really coming forward that much. I think he kind of just, he left more everything to midfield. No, he wasn't really making much of an effort as much as he normally does. So I think
he made a few mistakes, yeah.
But yeah, Joe, if you're in the chat, you can piss off. Right? I'm not having a go. He's gonna come up. I know he is. I said yesterday, brilliant. Aileen had a brilliant game, and Joe, what did that Joe said yesterday? Leeds are in 12th, and I went, no, they're not. They're in 11th.
Yeah. I'm mugging Joe off later at the end of the show. Don't worry about it. I've got you. What do you reckon, then, Shannon? Do you think he had a good game? Like, Vic?
Yeah, I mean, I agree there. I mean, you can't help but feel absolutely gutted for him after that celebration as well. You know,
Yeah.
I was sat with all my mates they're all Liverpool fans because I'm in Liverpool. I know. So I'm the only Leeds fan in Liverpool, I think.
But you got some stick after that, didn't you?
They just say, "Oh, Aylin's revealed himself as Jesus Christ on the pitch after a disallowed goal," and I was honestly heartbroken for him. But yeah, I agree. It's a steady game for him after that. You know, but again, that goal, it was, although it was, you know, disallowed.
It was a great header, though. Oh my god, it was just like even that crossing. Well, we'll talk about that later, but like, you're right there. But yeah, I just thought, what a header! Like, we never get on these type of like chances and that, and it's just such a shame, wasn't it? But yeah, how do you think he went on, Rhiannon, after the disallowed goal?
Well, after that bullet of a header and him going absolutely mental, I mean, I was gutted for him, but I think Vicky's right in the fact it dented his confidence, and I felt for him because it definitely wasn't his best game. I'd say he was the second worst player on that pitch after his bullet of a header.
It was a great header, though, wasn't it? I mean,
it was a cracking header, but it's just, like I say, it's a shame it got ruled off, but you could tell he was affected, like, especially when he was running up and down that wing, like, the simplest of things, like, he was running down the wing, and then because he took it so wide, the ball went out of play, and it was like, he doesn't do that on a regular basis. Like, Aylin's good, but he just had a really off game.
And obviously he was marking Anderson in that goal that they scored.
Yes.
It just put his leg around him and got a volley. Like, yeah. So I think his marking was a bit shocking after that. Like, say, in play, he was like set defending. I thought he did shocking at. But yeah. Who we got next? Lorente. I thought he played really well.
I love him.
You go in, Vic, then go for it.
Go on then. Over to you, Vic.
Honestly, I think how he's bonding with the players at the moment, it's like, I mean, he's been out for so long injured, and we was half expecting him to just have a good game and be injured again like he was before, but his pace and his speed and the way he just don't give a shit when it comes to tackling, and especially how he plays with Strauch. Do you know what I mean? He's a different gravy. I mean, we can definitely see why we paid the money for him now, but he's brilliant. I love him. I think he's brilliant. I think he's only going to get better as well.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Shannon?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he works well where, you know, on the pitch, and I think he's been a great addition to our club. And just glad to be seeing more of him after his injuries and stuff. But yeah, I think he did great on it during the other match. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think, Rhiannon, like we've mentioned it before, like that partnership, like Vic said, him with Strauch, I think they work really well together. What did you think?
Yeah, again, I thought.
Do you think he makes him better?
I think he had one of his best games, but I've got to say, at the start of the season when we've signed them both, looking into the future Leeds United, I always thought it'd be Koch and Llorente as a partnership. So the jury is still out for me because I'd like to see that partnership and see if that works as well. But Struijk is definitely growing into a centre back. He's been excellent so far, but Llorente is such a ball player that some of the passes have been absolutely beautiful. Like, they've been on point. And the recoveries he makes are just insane. And he's dug us out so many difficult situations. Yeah, I absolutely love him, me.
Yeah, I remember when I was like, "Oh my god, that pass!" And
Yeah.
it's like it's still going about that pass.
His distribution's absolutely spot on. I mean, he's basically like Melier against Liverpool. You know, his distribution was absolutely spot on. He goes wherever it needs it to go, and especially when Strout's next to him, their partnership. They know exactly where each other's going to be at a certain time. It's a little bit like Cooper. Cooper knows wherever all his players are going to be at the right time, especially with Rodrigo and Harrison. These long passes are just absolutely spot on. So yeah, I reckon next season he's going to have a lot of clubs looking for him. I'm being honest. Yeah, he's going to have a lot of people after him.
So Shannon, what did you think about Struijk in that game?
Yeah, I mean, he's great. I have such a soft spot for him. Like, I absolutely love him. I love his like how he plays and everything. You know, I mean, he's always right there when he needs to be. And I honestly, I don't have too much bad words to say about him at the moment. Not at all. But yeah.
So I don't know. I got pissed off with that header that he did, and I was like raving about it, and in the watch along and that. And I just think that mistake, I think puts it down a little bit. I don't think Struijk had much of a good game as he has previously. I still think he's an absolute brilliant player, and like I think he still had a good game, but I just think he made more mistakes in that game than he did normally. What do you reckon, Vic?
I think, though, there was quite a lot of our players that were playing different. I mean, this is why Alioski's not being his greatest at the moment, because he's not playing his natural position. I think because Struijk's now come into a team where a lot of our team are utility players. They're playing different positions all the time. I mean, especially at half-time when Bielsa wants to switch people around. I think sometimes it just confuses our new players.
Yeah.
I think, 90% of the time, Struijk's absolutely phenomenal. But I think, it wasn't the best, but when he's with Llorente, I think he's spot on.
Yeah.
I think they have a partnership, but I think Robin Koch needs to come in and they need to start having a good partnership.
Yeah.
I want Koch to come in soon because I know he's coming out of injury.
Yeah. I mean, I already know this, Rhiannon, but what's your answer? I know how much you love Struijk. I'm surprised you haven't got like posters up around your bedroom at the minute.
What? About who?
Struijk.
Struijk?
Yeah, you just absolutely love him.
He's on CDM.
I love him as a centre back and not a CDM. He's crossed at CDM, and I'm not afraid to say it. But I definitely agree with you, Tash, though. I don't think it was one of his best games against Fulham. I think he played a lot better against Chelsea. But I think him and Llorente's partnership is just blossoming, as I like to say. Blossoming, because I think they just work really well together. And our back four looks a lot more solid, and I feel a lot more confident going into a match with them two as the partnership. However, I would be interested to see Koch and Llorente in the future, just to see what that partnership is like, because I know Koch and Struijk have had a partnership and they work well together. I think Llorente and Struijk work better together. But it'll be interesting to see if Bielsa changes it up when Koch comes back fully fit and see if just to see if he actually gets into the centre back position on starting, because Llorente and Struijk have done so well. I would actually question whether Struijk actually deserves to actually to be benched. So we'll just see how it goes.
It's a nice debate to have, though, isn't it? Like finally having a solid back four. So it's nice. Three. Rhiannon, It comes on a lot. Yeah.
I am not a harsh mod.
You are a harsh one. You are. Yeah,
I'm a
we
bit
I think this is a bit harsh because I still think Cooper obviously has been brilliant this season as well. So it is like,
yeah. I mean, what I'd say on Cooper is that he may not have a future in the fact of being a first team starter.
Yeah.
He may come on as a replacement, like a substitute, but because he's been captain for so long, his role in the dressing room is worth keeping around for like a little bit longer, because you need a proper sort of captain to keep the spirits up and the team morale up. So yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
If he wasn't a captain, say for example, if he ever left the club, who would you personally have
as captain?
Ayling.
Yeah.
Ayling,
and then Ayling, but then I'd have Dallas as vice captain.
The thing is, though, whenever Ayling's taken over Cooper's captaincy, he has a way better game. When he's captain, you see him become a completely different player because he has that authority. He has that thing where he has massive confidence, doesn't he?
I think he's just such a funny character as well. He's good in obviously the dressing room. Yeah. So moving on then, Alioski. I think he had a bit
no, we're not talking about him today. No.
I think he's had a bit of a. Well, we're still going to talk about him in the game now. He had like a stinker. I think in that game, I think there's a lot of times where he put it out to the corner that wasn't necessary. We were really weak in corners, and I think he was a bit of a liability in that game. What do you reckon, Shannon?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he needed to step up his game really in that match. I think there was a lot to work upon there. I don't know if it was just the odd, I don't really know what it was for him that, but it wasn't really the Alioski we're used to seeing on the match, on the pitch even. But yeah, it was an off game for him for sure.
That's the thing. I think when he has a good game, he can have a really good game, and then he just goes really, really shit. He has one or the other. It's not really
a lot of players, doesn't it? They have the good runs, and then they'll have a few bad runs, and then it's.
I think with Alioski though, it seems to be like one good game, one bad game. I think it's the same with like Roberts as well. Like it's just like I don't know.
Unpredictable. It's Leeds all over.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know what Leeds are going to turn up. Yeah.
You never know. I always feel like games like Fulham, I always expect us to turn up, and then the majority of the times we do smaller games, we don't turn up to them when I expect we do. The bigger games, we're there and we're in full pelt. It's honestly.
Do you think we're like underestimate them a little bit, or?
I could think so, definitely. I definitely think we underestimate, because obviously we're a main competitor. It's so like one of those things where you just don't expect. I don't know. I really know how to word it. It's just one of those things.
I think what it is like because Fulham and that they're like newly promoted with us. Like we're connected with them type of teams in the championships still. So it's like, I mean, in the championship we would have been like, oh, Fulham, because they're like quite high up in the championship. But then where they're so low down in Premier League and where we've like done really well, we just see them as shit now. So it's like. I wouldn't say they were shit, but like them and like Sheffield, Sheffield United, same type of teams that you like you say you got to be careful of who turns up. Yeah, like
it tend to be tougher than we expect. Definitely, a lot tougher than we expect.
Yeah, Rhiannon, what was your thoughts on Alioski?
It was shocking, wasn't he? He was absolutely terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, how it is.
He was a liability. Like, come on. Like, when when the opposition was pressing on him, he then kicked it towards the their side of the freaking pitch, like their heart, like. Oh, I was just like, are you seriously trying to get us to lose this game? Like, it's like everything he did was either a corner, a throw-in. I was just like, no wonder Bielsa had to have a chat with him. And I was just like,
I couldn't believe he wasn't off at half time. I'm screaming at him, going, Bielsa's done it wrong. He's going to leave it too late.
But I just don't get it. Like, it just so dramatically changed because I was proper cheering for Alioski against Chelsea. Like, he was brilliant against Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I don't know, something. Do you know what made me laugh? I was listening to the Lads Leeds podcast, and it was funny because they did, when, of course, Alioski was playing, like, every time he did a pass, like, he'd go, wah, 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 and he'd go...
Oh,
but it's true. Like his decision making is terrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like say,
especially when he's under pressure, because obviously the Fulham player, I've forgotten who it was, but was putting pressure on him, and then he just kicked it over his head, and then it went towards their goal, Fulham's goal, and then they were on a counter-attack, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Like,
they counter-attack quite a few times as well. Because
they did. Probably.
Yeah, it definitely seemed that way.
I think Click's on a few of them and all, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think because of like what's happened in the past, it's like, quick, just get rid of it. But it's like, no, you need to like actually get rid of it properly. Like, why you keep going for a corner? There was one where he could have gone in for a throw-in, and then, like you say, he just went back into the court. Oh, just yeah. It was very frustrating to watch him. I mean, second half he wasn't so bad, but first half, just really frustrated. This is what I said live, and no one. I said it like 3 times, right? And no one picked up on it. You, Joe, and Oscar both ignored me, and I was like, I kept going, Have it, and like, no, I just thought, I'm giving up here, like, I'm just all PK adverts just get. Oh, sorry, I'm going off topic here, but that's so funny.
Nice, fine.
But yeah, so we put out a poll in our members' YouTube community. I couldn't think of the word. Community page. A lot of people were debating between Meslier and Phillips, who was man of the match. So we'll go on next to Phillips. I think he had a brilliant game. What do you reckon, Shannon?
Yeah, I mean, Phillips, I think he's just the rock in our team. I think he really does hold it all together. I think we saw when he was off injured, I can't remember when it was, like a few weeks ago now. I think the team really, you can tell that he is the glue right there. You can see it in the match. He had some great moments there. I mean, he's just such a strong player. And he never fails to
miss him.
What?
You miss him every time you do miss him. You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell. I think he does really. He's there when he needs to be, and he is always. He's great at getting these. Getting in there, really.
Getting into the right areas, and he
is. Yeah, I totally agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what do you reckon, Rhiannon?
Oh, I thought it was bloody brilliant again. Like, I think he's definitely our anchor. He's definitely made CDM his own. Like Bielsa's made that position for Phillips specifically, and it just works so well in the formation and just the tactics of the game. Because he's done it, so basically nearly everything would go through Phillips at some point. But that tackle was absolutely insane. And then it just laid off to Patrick Bamford and then Rafinha, and I was like, oh, what a beauty! Absolute beauty of a tackle. It was just, I just love him. I think he's absolutely brilliant, and I feel our midfield is definitely a lot more settled in games because he's on the pitch. I think sometimes Dallas has also a better game when he's alongside Phillips as well.
Yeah, because I think like Phillips is. I think he's that type of player with. Dallas is that type of player with Phillips. Is like, you know, he was more like being able to replace Phillips more than anyone else, I think. So he kind of gets it, and he gets like the wanting to go forward. Like you say, the tackles and everything, the passes that they both make. Yeah, they work well. Have you said anything, Vic? You ain't nothing. I mean, it's quite fucking nice, to be honest, hearing Vic shut up. Like...
I remember next time when we have a fucking phone call.
I've got sour miles to make Vic
These
shut
girls have been bullying me all day.
I can mute her as well. Look at her. Can even remove her. See ya. Love it.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Martin. It's the brightest I've ever been. Thank you. You don't care about me.
I'll stop bullying you now. Yeah, what do you think about Phillips?
I don't care now. Piss off.
Good,
I liked Phillips. I think he was a lot more over the pitch than he normally is. He took everything to a completely different level. He was to the left, to the right. He was just completely everywhere. He was basically playing Alien's position at one point. He was always right in the left corner. He was everywhere. And I thought, and the tackles he was making was absolutely extraordinary. Do you know what I mean? But, I mean, I know a lot of people are calling him man of the match, but I'm sorry, Melier was mine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've got to say it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have to apologise, Vicky. It's your opinion.
This is first round thing with Vic apologising. You just need to get her stop drinking now, and then we'll have a hat trick.
I need to drink around you.
Just a quick one. Thank you, Rob Swift. He was on Monday Night Football. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. He did really good. Although Rhiannon was mad at you for your phone keep dropping.
No, I felt bad because he just kept falling down.
So Phillips, Melier, and Loriente were stand out for me. Phillips gives the rest of the team confidence when he's playing. That's true. They just have that faith, don't they? And when you're confident in the players around you, then you can do your job properly. Do you know what I mean? You're not thinking, oh, is he going to mess up again? Do I have to cover for him? And blah, blah, blah. And he creates that, and he creates going forwards, and it does so well defensively. So, yeah. I'll breathe now. I've
got the comment section talking about me being a pisshead now. Thanks.
Second bottle.
Vicky looking for a second bottle. Completed one. This is for me passing my courses, by the way. This is not me going to the shop and getting the next bottle of champagne I can find.
The course was football for dummies.
Oh my God! That's serious. Wow. Hannah, never be friends with these dickheads, right? I don't want pizza. I'm a pizza. I don't eat.
You're such an easy target, though.
So were you the other day. Don't start with me. Right, can we talk about Melier, please? I want to talk about
We're only talking about it.
Right, we'll talk about the Magic Man, Rafinha. What a goal. Like, oh my goodness. Like, that would have been impossible for anyone else, but just, like you say, oh.
Who's the one that's tipsy again? Sorry about this,
I promise.
Sorry.
Shannon, you don't want to be a part of these. I swear.
This ain't really the Leeds United Lassons. This is the Alcohol's Anonymous.
Oh, right.
Anonymous.
Oh.
Yeah, so Rafinha, left foot, right foot, and then just, oh my God.
Oh,
Just
it's beautiful.
absolutely beautiful, stunning. Sorry, Shannon, we'll let you talk.
Yeah.
We're so brilliant, Vic.
Yeah, Rafinha, what he just scores some worldies, doesn't he? Like absolutely phenomenal goals. I mean, he's like they absolutely just amaze me every time I see them. But what a great goal that was. It just absolutely power shotted that in there, you know. But I mean, he's just such a great player on the match. In everything, you know, every match he's up there. Some of the tackles he makes, he absolutely does the other teams dirty. You know, it's beautiful to see, isn't it? He is such a strong addition to our club, and I can't, you know, with him being there, he's at every pass, you know, he's great. He was great.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes he can go a bit quiet, but then, like you say, he just pulls out a worldie, and you just like it don't matter because he's always going to do something, isn't he? He's just such a great asset to have in there, and like what I love most about him is that he's not afraid to just run at them. Like there was two defenders there, and he just runs right at them and still scores, and the goalkeeper literally all right there in front of him. And he's just like, yeah, it don't care, don't give a shit. Like anyone else would be like, oh, what do I do here, and overthink it a bit. But I love that. Like it just goes for it.
He definitely doesn't look for the pass when it you know, he took the easy way out of things. He doesn't take the easy route. But that's what makes him more incredible. You know, a great player.
Yeah. I think Bamford's post-match made me laugh, and he was just like, "Yeah, I couldn't really do the running, so just pass it to Rafinha."
Honestly, it runs like I blink and he's at the other side of the pitch, and I'm like, "Where's he gone?"
Yeah. Go on then, Vic. What's your thoughts on Rafinha?
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Hi then.
I think with Rafi kind of sees the small spaces, and he knows exactly what to do at the right time.
Yeah,
he's basically like Mayweather. He's a counter puncher. He looks for that target when it's there, and he knows when to hit the ball at the right time. He doesn't really need anybody to help him out. He just needs someone to pass him the ball, and he's got it straight in. But I mean, sometimes he does have a quiet game, but he didn't. He was. And the thing is, as well, you've seen that picture of him as well. You know, when he didn't score, and he had so many on target. I think it was against Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
he had so many goals. It's so many shots on target, but he couldn't score. And you saw him just sat there like Pontus Jansson was. Remember? And he was just sat there completely disappointed because he didn't get one in. And for someone like that to be that disappointed not to do something, it says a lot about.
Considering he's not really been here that long, and he's not had the whole experience of the fans, and like you say, to be that disappointed.
He's a colossal of a player, and Victor Ottering letting him go, is he? I mean, you can even scream when you've got no crowd noise on. Like, vamos, Lee, coraggio! I'm sorry if you heard any foul language. I was like, that sounds.
That's all that. What's recommended?
He's going to get better, and I can't wait to see more of him.
I just think Rafinha is just brilliant. I love the fact that he came into the team. He proved a point straight from the off. He looked hungry. He looked aggressive, and he still does. Even though he's had the off game recently, I think that's probably just a normal fall off. Because in absolute anything, you can't keep at it 100%. Like there's going to be a bit of a natural dip, and I think he's just going through. I just think he went through his natural dip, and Also, I don't think it helped the fact that, I'm going to say this again, that Struijk was CDM. You saw in some games when, of course, Struijk was CDM, that he was very frustrated that he wasn't getting the ball, like the service to him. And I do think it depends on the players around him, because that's why I think him and Ayling work so well together, because and also him and Bamford work well together. It's almost like they're on the same wavelength and they just link up beautifully.
Harrison and Rafinha are like little baby brothers out there.
Don't they? They don't care. Like, Rafinha will start on the right, go over the left, Harrison will stop over, and then they'll swap back again, and it just goes like that throughout the whole match.
Yes.
I think though, even like Rafinha's off day, or when if he's being quiet or whatever, he's still brilliant though. He still doesn't do anything wrong. Like, he's just go on, Jack, come in and say it. Just come in and say it.
He did nothing the other night but look at the magic that he did for that goal.
Yeah. He just pulls them out, doesn't he? Like, he can be quiet, and then you just know he's going to pull it out whenever. You just knowing that he is there, and just having that confidence that he's there. You know that he can just pull off that worldie at any point. So he doesn't really need to be that like.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of them players. He's one of them players that can just create something out of nothing at any given moment, at any given time in the game. You just know he can just turn it on.
The fact as well, he puts a lot of pressure on himself. So it's like he'll have one quiet game and then he'll come back. And especially when Bamford and Harrison or Ayling or Cooper, especially when Cooper's around, he knows exactly. The partnership between Cooper and especially Ayling as well with Rafinha. Especially down
Rafinha, just pass it to Rafinha. But yeah, it's them crosses, isn't it? It's them people
that they know exactly where they're going to be. I think that Bielsa must put them through that. It's like Harrison and Bamford, they always practice that cross from the right hand side, from the right flag, and it's like it's perfect. And it's like, but I think this is why I'm a bit sad about Cooper, because it's like they work really well together. But Raf, he's very quiet, but then he knows where his players are going to be. He's kind of like blended in so quickly.
I wouldn't even say he's had a quiet game. I think he just either has like a quiet first half and then
he comes in.
I think it's like a half of a game and then he gets into it. But yeah, he's just magic, isn't it? Just knowing that we've got someone like that. I mean, he reminds me of like Saiz a little bit, the way Saiz used to run into players, and that creativeness. Like, he's replaced Pablo in that way. Pablo was really creative. Rafinha's come in and he's really creative. We missed that because sometimes it's really frustrating when we get to the final third and then we're always trying to walk it in or like just going back and forth, and we can't ever seem to just drive at them. And like there's so many times though that we have scored like absolute worldies outside of the box. So why are they not just smashing them in? Like, they can do it. But then
sorry, Tash. No, because I was just I want to say this before I forget my point. When we had that free kick just outside the box, and there was that conversation whether Philip was going to do it or Rafinha was going to take it, I was like, Rafinha, take it. Yeah, like he scored. Like he scored them.
Yeah,
like just try it,
didn't he? And then we were like, why? And then Rafinha finally went and took one. Yeah, but he's just so much more confident on set pieces, and he's just got such good deliveries. And like you say, you can even score from him or whatever. You know, like so I just
there's some quite good comments coming up here. Like Rafinha, a lot of pressure and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't Vic need a what before she says anything? What's that?
This is such a good.
Is it like quotations?
And this is such a good comment when he's on. So that's who you're going to get told about, him or Philip. So like players are just surrounding him, and then it frees up everyone else. So yeah, like even when he's being quiet, it's because players are making him quiet. Yeah. So you're
Come on, Chad. Come on,
down
Chad.
on him.
About Nikki needs what before she says anything? I do need a drink when I'm with these two dickheads up top. You looking for your straw?
It's backwards on this thing. Right, good. I'll try to do it sneakily there, not just get the bottle out like you did.
I know, I've got the bottle because it's a celebratory drink. Yeah, fill the blank.
Yeah, set pieces. I'm liking these. Yeah, sorry, I don't really get involved that much with the chat.
I do because you're ignorant. So
I'm not ignorant. I'm a crack woman. I can't multitask.
Shannon, honestly, you'll get to understand this girl. She's
Yeah. Yeah. Someone's put have I locked you in the bedroom? Yeah, he's definitely the best bit of business, isn't he? Yeah. I really hope he don't go in the summer. Oh,
I really hope it doesn't.
hard.
No, but like I've forgotten.
Go on, Rhiannon, sing us the song. Sing us the song.
No, I'm not going to sing the song. No, I'm not going to sing the song. No. No, but I've forgotten my point now. Freaking Tash making me forget the point.
Right, we'll go on then to Dallas.
Yes, move on to Dallas. Yeah.
And then Rhiannon, you can start with Dallas.
You love Dallas, don't you?
I love Dallas. Yeah, I love it.
Which reminds me, if you haven't seen our merch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, you talk about Dallas, and I'll find this picture of
yeah.
our
So I think Dallas had another great game. I think he's our utility man. He's Mr. Reliable, like always. Even if he's having an off game, it's never an off game.
No,
I think he worked really well with Phillips. Communication, like midfield, was second to none. Like I say, I think our only downfall against Fulham was Ayling and Alioski, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think everyone else worked pretty well together.
Yeah, I agree. So this, can you see it? I made this for Rhiannon, pretty much.
Yes, we were talking, weren't we? And I was like, we need to do a Leeds button t-shirt.
Yeah. So we came up with this design. So if you haven't seen it, the description is below. The link is in the description below.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just thought I had to put that one in. We've got quite a few.
Where's the alien flop one? Get the alien flop one on.
I love the alien flop. I had to demonstrate to Tash how to do the hair.
Yes,
I had to pull the hair up. Like this.
And then she was like, "Look, you see this bit here?" I was like, "I'll just get an image up of him." And then the bomb was too neat for her. She was like, "No." We did have a good laugh doing this.
Yeah.
But Shannon, what did you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Like, I think Dallas is like solid in our team. You know, he is exactly what you said. He, reliable. He's there when he needs to be. I think he is relied upon by a lot of the team members to be where he is, and he does make. He does make the addition. He was great. I think in the Fulham game.
I think he's just so versatile, isn't he? And like you say, that's what makes him more reliable. But then he's so consistent as well. I can't remember the last time he's had a really bad game. I don't think he has.
I don't think he ever has, because even when we've been utter rubbish, and I mean utter dross, against Manchester United for once, in that 6-3 drumming, he was there plugging away, and he scored that first goal to get us to 6-1, and I was like, come on. Well, it probably wasn't. No, it was 4-1, wasn't it, at the time? I tell a lie. It was probably 4-1, if I remember. 4-1. because we're 4-0 down at bloody half time.
I love this idea. What about the alien silhouette on his knees, hair down, playing the guitar?
Yeah, that's what's broke his confidence, right? Because he took his hair out,
Yeah.
did the guitar thing, and then it was like offside.
Maybe he was just embarrassed.
You've killed the lad. You've killed him. You've killed him.
He was just doing the walk of shame for the rest of the game. Oh, go on then, Vic. What are your thoughts on Dallas?
I love him. He's the best utility player in the league. Like I said, you can put him in any position. If Alioski's been shit, fuck him. Take him out. Put him in left back. He will play any position, especially in midfield. I think his strongest position is in midfield. I mean, he can play anything, but midfield, I think it's because it's a bit more about trust, especially like Calvin Phillips. Everybody trusts Calvin Phillips to play CDM. Whereas if Dallas, because he's been at the club for so long, 5 years now?
6
5?
now?
Years, yeah. It's like the players know exactly where he's going to be, and they know by passing him that ball or whatever position they're in, giving him that ball, he's going to do something with it. I think whereas the players that haven't been there that long, I think they've got a bit of hostility. They kind of just hold back a little bit because they don't really know if they're going to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. But Dallas, no matter what position they go in, that's why he's so good. It's like he knows his plays. He knows where they're going to be. He's like a robot. He knows where everyone's going to be at the right time. And he scores. His position's not to score, but he scores. So
he's got 4 now, hasn't he? 4 Premier League goals.
I think it's 5. Did he score in the FA Cup? I think this season it's 5.
Well, that's not league goals then, is it?
Well, yeah, exactly. If it's FA Cup, it's not a league goal.
You can both kiss my ass.
Still, even 4 or 5, that's still good going when you've got Rafinha and Harrison on 6.
Yeah, exactly. And Harrison.
They're not even in balance.
They're playing all over. Yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So
he came close to scoring against Fulham, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but not close enough.
No, obviously it went wide, didn't it? Like Jesus. It was.
So, Chris Kelly seems to absolutely hate him for some reason.
Yeah,
he's not here to defend.
Roberts, I think, had a good game. Don't kill me, but I thought he had a good game. I thought that cross that he did for the goal was brilliant. I just thought
fantastic.
Sorry. I lost my train of thought then. Yeah.
What green straw really, Ron? Is your straw purple or my
it was green. It was oh yes.
One minute. So swag. I actually bought it for TV, but I've nicked it. I don't know why. It's because I had my lipstick was going everywhere, so I didn't want it to be like all over my skin.
Went down the straw and turned it purple. Wow,
I am magical. Just call me Rafinha. So Rihanna, what did you think about Roberts? Do you think he had a good game?
Yeah, I can't completely have a go at Roberts. I'd say he didn't have as good as a game against Chelsea.
No.
I'd say that.
Yeah.
I think he was a bit like Ayling, where he had all the confidence in the world, kicking off that corner, that cross to Ayling, obviously when Ayling headed it into goal. And I think him being offside probably dented his confidence a little bit.
Yeah, because he keeps offside, doesn't he? Yeah.
Strikers and trying to keep onside. Yeah.
You're obsessed with him, mate. I swear to God, we need to ring.
I'm not obsessed, no. Because Bamford
training order for Rihanna when everyone's
Bamford couldn't keep his line against Chelsea. Now Roberts can't keep his line against Fulham. They need a talking to. It's not hard to look. Keep your line.
Don't have a go at us.
It used to be.
I don't. What about me needing a restraining order against Roberts? I ain't going around to his bloody house. I don't love him that much. Jesus.
It used to be Alioski, didn't it? When he's called him Alioski. Now it's like everyone else. LUFC. Now it's like everyone else is chipping in. Yeah. I just don't think anyone knows what the offside rule is anymore. I think everyone's just that confused.
You know, the thing right, with Tyler Roberts, I think he's basically last season's Bamford, right? You know, when Bamford's supposed to be the striker, he's not scoring as many goals, he's making a lot of mistakes. And I think Bielsa trusted Bamford last season when he was in the Championship, and then he's coming to the Premier League and he's absolutely bossed it. I think Roberts is going to come out of his shell, but I don't think it's going to be the season. I think he needs to go to a Championship team for a season, be the big dog in that team, and learn how to understand a team that needs to come up. I think he needs to go, maybe Huddersfield, because obviously, like, he knows how, you know, their coach knows exactly what Bielsa does. He'll be training the same. He'll be doing the same. He knows exactly what Rob wants. Exactly. So I think if he'd done a season at Huddersfield, they know each other. They've trained together. You know what I mean? I think.
What do you reckon, Shannon? Do you think he had a good game?
Yeah, I mean, he's very like on and off, isn't he? He's a player that he's come in, and I don't think many people had high hopes of his ability or trusted in his ability, and he has shown that he is capable of some great attempts, and he is a good player. He can be a good player, and I'd agree. I think he could do with a year in another team to just bring him out of the shell, because like you said, exactly like last season's Bamford, he's capable. He just needs that push to get it.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of people don't notice is what he does off the ball. Off the ball, he's really good. He gets into positions and he frees up spaces for other people to run into. It's not always what he does on the ball. Everyone is always like, oh yeah, he's losing the ball, or he's doing this, doing that. But he does create a lot of space for everyone else. It's what he's doing off the ball, and he is a natural. I think he's a natural, gifted. He has natural ability. Like, I just think, he's just lacking confidence. And I think if he had that goal, I think that would, and it wasn't offside, and VAR doesn't rule it out, he would just get that confidence and he would go out and I think start smashing more in.
Offside that he's had. He's had 2 goals offside now on air.
Yeah, and he's been set up with others that have been offside as well. So
they would have been fucking incredible goals, but he isn't getting them. And the thing is with him,
and assists as well, because the assist to Ayling, that was offside, but that was such a good pass. Everyone would be talking about that. I mean, he has done a pretty good crosses in before and good balls.
I think he's got a lot better than what he was last season, especially season now that Bielsa sees something in him, so we can't really fight about that, you know, especially with Bamford. We're like, why is Bielsa playing Bamford all the time?
Yeah, we used to say.
And then he came in for this season, but what it is as well is that, you know, when he's two-stepping, he's taking too many steps to try and score that goal. He's thinking
overthinking it. Yeah.
Instead of just getting that foot and just whacking it in the goal, he's like two-stepping it in front of the ball and then whacking it in, and it's not going anywhere. He's overthinking when he's supposed to be.
It's the confidence thing.
This made me laugh. Robert's had mad potential on things at 18, bruv. Yeah. So this is a lot of people's opinion. Don't really know about Roberts. One minute I think he's got potential to be a solid Prem player, and sometimes I don't. But yeah, I just think, well, you know, like you say, we all have off games, whatever, but for some reason everyone uses Tyler as the scapegoat at the minute and come down on him a lot harder. I think, like, people were saying, oh, he's had a really crap game against Fulham. I don't think he did. I honestly don't think he did. Rihanna said he didn't do as good as he did at Chelsea, but then it just, like, depends. Like you say, he's in different position. He's normally a striker. He's playing in different positions and that. So, you know, it was a bit like how Ruth used to be. Ruth used to always be a 10, but for me, Ruth was a striker, and I thought he was better as a striker. And it could be the same with Roberts. You just don't know. Like, you don't know, like you say, what he's doing in training. It's like Bamford, when that video went viral where he just scores that scream and runs up and Bielsa's like this. You know, Roberts could be having them moments with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it's because he's Bamford's direct replacement.
Yeah.
So if Bamford ever got injured, he'd be the person we relied on. And since the start of the season, when Bamford did come off at 60 minutes or whatever, and then Roberts got brought on, he didn't impress. And I don't know if that's to do with it. I mean, yes, he's shown his potential. I mean, I always thought he had potential, because why would Bielsa keep him around for? Like,
but then at the end of the day, it's whether we get 3 points or not. It's down to that. You can't just keep banking on potential, can you?
Exactly. This is what I'm saying, and I know, and this is what I'm saying. I mean, I think that's why people's concern of Roberts comes from, because he wasn't showing it when, of course, he got given the opportunity as a substitute to make an impact in a game, which he never did. But recently, he's starting to show us his potential and show us what he's actually got in his locker. And I just hope that I just hope he continues with it and proves us all wrong.
I mean, this is what I said anyway.
Agree with Sean in this comment, I do agree with Sean, because he does move to create space for other players, and I understand how good he is in that aspect, but his position's not doing what his position's supposed to be doing. That's the problem.
Right. Shanna got all dressed up. She deserves to give a long rant.
I actually am in my joggers, so
I love it. You know what? I keep wearing these, but I never work out, and I don't know why I have them. They just I don't like work out leggings.
How skinny you are, right? Sit down.
I just keep wearing them for Jack around the house. He's like, "Oh, nice ass."
Have you seen them? Is it Insta leggings? The ones on Instagram.
Oh yeah, you're like right up your bum.
Yeah.
Leggings.
Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Yeah, so Harrison's next up. Shannon, what are your thoughts on Harrison?
Harrison, yeah, I mean, he's great. I like Harrison. I think he did really well. I mean, he works so well with Rafinha and Bamford on our pitch. He is, you know, I think he's had some good games, and he's one of those players that you can rely on to be up in that corner and ready to pass in. I do think he had a good game.
Yeah, he had that assist, didn't he, for Bamford's goal, and the way he kept it in play, and then to cross it into Bamford as well, and it's such a good cross, and his first touch is just everything. Like he's just out of this world with his first touch, and like just knowing that. Having that is, like you say, that comfort of just knowing that he's up there and everything. Yeah,
keeping that ball in, he does such a great job. He does,
doesn't it? If it gets launched at him 100 miles an hour, we just bring it down one touch.
Get that leg right in the air. Yeah. No, he did it. It was a great game for him.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've got a stat here somewhere.
Was the first time he did that against Newcastle?
Did what?
You know, when the ball came over and he lifted his leg right up to control it before it went out. That was against Newcastle, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think it was Newcastle. And then it set up for Bamford because they did the exact same against Fulham.
Yeah.
They? I think it was against Newcastle, because then he put that fizzer in, didn't he, to do 5-2. I think it was the one against Ellen. I think it was against Newcastle at Ellen Road. That.
Yeah, I mean, there we go. It just
sums it up, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Lucy said, much better game for Harrison on Friday. Would love him to get a goal against Sheffield United and boost his confidence. That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, even in Championship, even in Championship, it was a bit like that. Like, I think he can get a load more goals. Like, when Bamford doesn't, he gets so much shit about it. But there's so many times where Harrison could have scored, and he's not really shown that this much in the Premier League, I don't think.
Maybe it's his girlfriend. Girlfriend's now over, so he's like, fuck it.
Well,
Yeah.
he seems to be. Well, he's played well the last 2 games. Yeah, is his girlfriend in town?
Yeah, she must be, because every
She
time
must
he's
be.
in town, that's it.
He's shooting someone else. He's scoring goals on the pitch.
Shannon, honestly, right? Got a filthy mind. It's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I think I would definitely, because we had that option to buy him in the summer, and I would definitely buy him.
The contract's already going.
Yeah, contract's already done. Yeah, because we did the because we extended his loan for another year, so it freed up more money for the likes of Robin, Rafinha, and Llorente. And then, but when we extended his loan, it says we're going to sign him for 10 million to buy next season at the end of the season,
which is
cool. Which is an absolute steal if you think like
steal.
And that, how much they cost and everything, and
and you know what, I'm happy that we're signing him. Like, he's definitely he's definitely proved himself, and he works well with the team. I just love it when he just goes on them runs and he just creates chances. And
it's gone.
It's gone. All right then, Vic. I didn't know I upset you that much. Obviously she doesn't like Jack Harris.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
She's gone to get the 3rd bottle. I'm running out.
But I'm glad to see Harrison getting back to his usual self, because it was a little disappointing, a little frustrating when he was having a bit of an off game, But I mean, he played so well against Chelsea. It looked like he was back to his normal self, and he just continued that.
Definitely. So then we've got
Bammy Bamford.
Bamford, yeah. I mean, he came off, didn't he? I hope he's all right. I don't know what.
The battery went dead.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I just got to get the charger.
Vic's dead. There's always something with them, isn't it?
First is Virgin Media. Second, it's her having YouTube on in the background, causing an echo. And now we're charging. Now my battery on her laptop's gone dead. Oh, Vic, we love you. We really do. Oh.
Bamford. Yeah, I think he played really well. What do you reckon, Shannon?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game for him, and I think just days after he was left out of the England squad.
Yeah,
I think it was a chance for him to give a big FU to them, really. Yeah.
Come on, we're waiting for that rant. Go for it.
Go for it. Southgate out.
Hey, fuck you, go Southgate.
Yeah, I mean, it was his chance to just, and he did it. He absolutely, I think he proved himself though. That goal, he was a great player on the pitch, and assisting the other he was great. He was great. He was really good and I feel like gutted for him that he didn't get picked.
Yeah.
For God. And but yeah, he was solid. He was solid, and Bamford's one of those players that's very on and off in games, and he's either there or he's not.
Yeah.
He was there throughout the whole match. He was on point with everything. Yeah.
He got into really good positions. He set that one up for Rafinha, and then obviously the goal that he got himself was brilliant. Overall he had a really, really good game, and it's just good to see him on the score sheet, and then obviously against London as well. So it's nice.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Rhiannon?
Yeah, I think he played brilliantly. He got another assist with Rafinha, that link up with Harrison for the first goal. I just think he's done so well this season. He's proved all his haters wrong, and he's really showing what he's capable of in the Premier League, and he's definitely a Premier League player in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I hope he does better next season. Just to prove more people wrong who may want to doubt him again and say he's just a one-season wonder. Do you know what I mean? So I hope he becomes more consistent. I'm still slightly fuming about Southgate, not gonna lie. I'm thinking, why the hell Ollie Watkins?
You need to get that strong-worded letter of strength, don't you?
Yeah, I do. That strong
Yeah.
email.
Brendan's good at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's only, what's he, like, 4th behind Kane?
So, because Bamford's now on 14 goals and 5 assists?
Yeah.
And then you've got
Kane in front of him, then you've got 3 others in front of him.
Yeah. But they're all not English, are they? So you've got Mo Salah at the top. And then I don't know who else. I think it's Fernandez and someone else. Oh. Sick of being picked on. I'm staying on mod.
You coming back on or not?
Yeah, come on, Vic. Stop hiding.
You're a loser. Come on, we need to pick on you. Come on.
But yeah, and I just didn't really understand his reasoning either. I mean, you know, choosing Ollie Watkins that hasn't scored as many goals as he has. Okay, in some aspects, I can see where Watkins. I mean, because Watkins is a different player to Bamford in what they actually do, and I didn't get. Yes, Bamford does that. I mean, the whole rule of Bielsa's philosophy is that every player has to learn to defend.
Yeah, and his fitness is right up there. Do you know what I mean? It was the reasoning behind it. Like, if he had said, "Oh yeah, he was a better finisher" or whatever, I don't know. Like, but just the fact that he said about his pressing, and it was like, what? And yeah, this is it as well. They take all the penalties. Paddy's not. So if he had the penalties, he might have, even be. So he's the 4th in.
Sorry, Ash. She's not coming back on because she's got the 3rd bottle.
I ain't got a fucking 3rd bottle.
I never said such thing. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so this Salah, Fernandez, and Kane have only scored more than Bamford. So he's 4th in Premier League for goals. And it's his first, season in the Premier League. It's just outstanding, really. And the way we play as well, we have. It's not always about the striker scoring. It's about the midfield and the wingers and that. Do you know what I mean? So the style of play for him to get that many, and then in the Premier League, it is brilliant. But yeah.
Oh, you're coughing there, Jack.
Yeah, but keep him away from Southgate or ruin him. But I mean, he's injured anyway, isn't he? So
yeah, I think he's carrying an injury.
Anyway, so
because this is what I'm like. Southgate plays a completely different formation, which doesn't necessarily fit Phillips in either. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Phillips has as good as a game in Southgate's formation in the England team, and he usually gets picked over Declan Rice. Declan Rice gets chosen over him anyway. So,
go on, Vic. What's your thoughts on?
I'm not even talking. I'm just listening. You want?
What
was that?
I'm not doing it. I love you doing exactly right. This is just kind of shit her earlier, Vic.
Go on, say about Bamford.
Oh no, I love Bamford. End of story. Bye.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so who came on then? We had Koch on, which was good to see him get a few minutes. He came on for Bamford. It wasn't good to see Bamford go off, obviously, but yeah, it was nice to see Robin in there. What do you think, Shannon? Is it good hope? Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to see him back on the pitch, just for a little bit he was on. But yeah, I've been excited to see him back. I'm excited to see him play more. I like him, and I like his style of play, and I think he does work well, in our squad, and I think he fits, he slots right in quite nicely actually. He is a great addition, and he only got those few minutes in, but he's a good player. He was a good player in that match.
He did have a good game, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I dare ask it?
Sorry, no. I'm just waiting to talk about Gelhardt and Sam Greenwood, if I'm honest.
Well, I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to ask because I'm sick of the bandwagon about them. All right.
But I'll go in as mod and I'll speak to the chat.
I'm such a diva.
Sorry, I'm on my third.
She's been on twice, Ryan, and I think she's like proper diva now.
Listen, guys, in the chat, if you just seen the shit these two have been giving me today, no, piss off. Yesterday as well.
Just saying, we're on our 6th episode, and she's been on twice. It's their 3rd one, so
Fourth. You
She's
can't.
really got diva attitude. Go on, Lennon. I'll let you speak.
I was just thinking, did Alioski come off for Robin?
It was when Bamford got
injured.
So then they moved everyone around, and then Koch.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember if Alioski came off at that time, because I remember seeing
Didn't come off,
didn't he?
No.
Because
it was Klitsch and Koch.
that came on.
Bamford and Roberts.
Bamford and Roberts, right? Okay. I'm just thinking because when Koch played, he wasn't in a centre back position. He was more of a CDM position, I think.
He was actually, yeah.
Because he was more in the centre of midfield rather than the back. So I was trying to work out because I do remember at one point Phillips even going at left back at one point. So I didn't know if that was the case. I couldn't remember. But yeah, either way, anyway, Robin had a good like, what was it? 15 minutes? 15, 20 minutes?
I don't even think it's that. You all
93rd minute.
77. Was it not the 77 when Bamford came off?
Bamford came off for Klitsch, 77, and then Robert came off for Koch. 93. We're getting this well wrong.
Anyway, he had a good few minutes, put it that way. It was nice to see him on the pitch.
He did enjoy you.
Minutes in.
Koch had a solid performance. Do all the dreadful Koch puns. He's CDM, but for centre back, yeah.
Yeah, we all know that's all right. No, but the thing is, though, if Robin wasn't injured and had to have his operation on his knee, I reckon he would have been CDM choice over Struijk.
Yeah, when Phillips was out?
Yeah, when Phillips was out.
Yeah.
And then it would have been Llorente and Struijk, or Cooper and Struijk at centre back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right then, so should we go on off the pitch?
Yeah.
Got a few. I forgot to clip up your off the pitch from the last.
Oh God, embarrassing or what?
I was gonna do it. Right, this loud goals this season now include kneecap, a pointed finger and a hand, standby for future offside, Bamford's nose. Left knuckle. I think we're all feeling a bit like that at a minute. Yeah. This is good. Leeds record when scoring first under Bielsa. So we've only lost 4 out of all of them. It's very good. And then cue the England Oh my God, these just make me laugh so much. So Calvin Phillips after went on and said like, what a win, blah, blah, blah. And then going, looking forward to international duty with England next week. And Dallas has replied, looking forward to it. See you there, mate.
Need more Dallas.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, yes.
Dallas' face.
Oh, come on, put the video up, babe. Come on,
Hang
Sam.
on, I will doing this one. Just a little banter between Leeds United and Northern Ireland. So Leeds United focused on Thursday's clash with Italy, and
Ireland.
Northern Ireland's put definitely born in Northern Ireland. Leeds put not what we heard, and Dallas want to clear this up.
Cockroach Cafe, love it.
And then this is what Joe tweeted out earlier from Ollie's TV. But the ones that, I don't know where that video's gone.
Oh, don't tell me.
I've got it. Right.
Good.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Baby, don't hurt me.
No more.
Chose the right one.
Singing voicing up to scratch tonight, ladies. I'm not on my third bottle yet.
I clicked on. Can you see it?
No, just see.
No. Can't use it.
What is going on? Right.
You shit.
Fuck off. Can you see it now?
No.
What is going on? Hang on, I need to say that. That's fine.
There you go.
There we go. Right, you ready?
Uh-huh.
So I hate TikTok, but I keep going on there to find, because Leeds United keep making so many funny things to do with them. I don't know if it's Digital Wilson or not. It's got to be someone else in it.
No, he can't be Digital Wilson because he's got too much on his hands anyway, and he's not that funny, really. We love you, Wilson.
What am I sharing?
It is good, isn't it?
Can you see? No, I'm sharing the wrong one. Right. Vic's making me nervous.
Really? I haven't done anything.
Yeah. We've won in London. It's been
4 years.
But then this one made me laugh as well. Just Bielsa going around. And then
Rodney from Only Fools and Horses.
So they created a Twitter have Leeds won in London yet? And it's just like it just keeps counting down, and then he changed the description because it had when it was the last one in London, and now it's changed to 19th of March. And just when I saw that, it just made me laugh. Yeah. There's the square ball post out. Leeds in London played 1-1. And then this one was just brilliant.
Whoever made that is genius.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to mug Joe off, right? Because I don't know if anyone mug him off. I don't know if anyone was on the stream at the time, but so he was going on about, like, Joe was going, the London curse don't exist. No, not don't exist, but the players don't believe it. They don't know that it exists and all this lot. And then Oscar were backing him up, ass licking him. And then I was like, no, obviously, like, Phillips is going to know and everything. Like, the players that go down there are going to know. They're the ones going down there and coming back from the London games going, we've lost in London again. Do you know what I mean? And they see everything that goes off into it. Anyway, they were like, and then Oscar was going on about how Bielsa won't know, blah, blah. Bearing in mind, Bielsa's like, analyzes everything. And even, I quote, even Bielsa said, we're glad the win in London is resolved, right? So he did know, and I'm just going to do this. I made this video to mug him off, basically.
Oh, just not
that built this up. Them players couldn't give a shit where they're playing. You can't tell me they're on that train now and they're going to Rafinha. Oh, we've never won in London since 2017, you know, and he's gone, oh no, Rodrigo's going, oh no, it's bollocks. It is.
I think the longer players, players that have been there longer might have it in their heads because they are the ones that have been. So I just want to rub that in there. You know?
Oh no!
I just thought I'd get that and mug him off because I know he don't even watch this show, so he's gonna know.
Never watches it.
He just comes in at the beginning and he's like, "Hi," and then he leaves.
Yeah, he's only 17 and he's way past his bedtime. So sorry, I love you, really.
But yeah, an international break. We've got a few players that have gone over there. Quite a few, actually.
I think there's about. I think there was mentioned about 8 in the first team.
Got Dallas, Saliowski, Klitsch, Rodrigo, Roberts, Kopp, Llorente, Cooper, Costa, Melier.
Yeah, because
good luck to
Rodrigo and Cooper had to pull out because of illness and injury, didn't they?
Good luck to them all. Well, good luck to Phillips. Fuck everyone else. Joking. But yeah, hopefully just don't have many injuries.
No, the thing, I think the whole reason why Bamford didn't get picked up as well is because of his injury at the moment.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. No, but honestly, I mean, you saw how he played. He played as long as he could. What, 78 minutes was it, Shannon?
77, yeah.
78 minutes. He went on for as long as he could, and he still scored. You know, but he was still limping around. I mean, every season he gets a dead leg and he's out for a week. I'm like, fucking hell, love. I've had a dead leg at school when someone fancied me, and I got punched in the face. So you know, I lost 2 years.
Lucy's put, even Llorente posted it on his Instagram too. He's only been at the club for 5 minutes. Oh dear. Yeah. Are we on next week? I guess.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about the following game. Who we've got next? Sheffield
United. Yeah, we'll be doing more of a preview because obviously
I thought there's no point really talking about Sheffield United in this one. We'll do it next week and obviously about our internationals.
Oh, we need to speak about why.
Oh, you're not on it, Vic. Go away.
I'm probably away, you know. I've got to go back to work, so.
Right then, we'll leave it there. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Vic, don't forget your charger next week. I will forget it because I don't like Shannon can take over my spot 110%.
Oh,
wait till we get off here. You're in trouble, you, mate.
Just spank my bum. All right. I'm going to leave it with this members video. See ya.
bye.
Would you like to join the All Leeds TV Members Club? We're really excited to announce this new feature on All Leeds TV. We've got 3 different tiers: Sergeant Wilco, Bielsa, The Don. You can join any tier you like. The first tier, Sergeant Wilco, will get you loyalty badges. You can be a loyal member of All Leeds TV. For every month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, or even 24 months of being a member, you will have a specific badge that shows that you're loyal to the cause. You'll also have emojis available, guys. You've got Bielsa, Bamford, Rafinha, goal, All Leeds TV. More and more to come. If Bamford scores a goal, spam the chat with it. Spam the watch along. We're really excited and we want you to join us on this ride.
Next up, we have the Bielsa level, which is all of our members-only polls, and then we'll give you behind-the-scenes photos and status updates. And if you leave us a comment on any of our videos, you will have priority reply, so we will directly reply to you.
And last but not least, we've got the Don level. What benefits do you get from the Don level? Well, you get all the benefits that you get from the Wilco and Bielsa levels and some additional extras. Virtual video collaborations. Do you ever watch your post-match content and disagree with me, Joe or Tash? Well, this is your chance to put us right in our place and join us on the live player ratings, live post matches, and our phone-in shows also. We also